What's up? What's up? Here we are for day number 5, Authenticity Challenge. And I'm gonna tell y'all that I am dedicated because I am exhausted. I came to spend time with my niece and nephew in my hometown, and so I have been with children all day. We've been out in public, I've been playing chase. So I am tired, and still here I am showing up. And the theme for me is definitely about this like weird experience of stepping back into spaces that we have left and then grown, and then when we come back. So if you're someone who has a similar experience where you grew up somewhere, lived there for most of your life, and then leave for a long time and then come back, it's that kind of feeling. I don't have the right words to explain it, and again, I'm tired, so I'm not the most articulate right now. Um, but it's been an interesting experience of that today, and just has me reflecting on, again, the theme of change and the environments that are around us that don't necessarily change. So, yeah, I don't know. I've just been observing today. There's like an experience of there's like joy and happiness, and there's some healing in now stepping back into this old space that I left behind like 4 years ago or so, which really isn't that long in the grand scheme of things, which is maybe why I don't know, which is maybe why I'm experiencing this right now. So there's like healing for me in returning to my hometown, especially because I'm spending time with my niece and nephew. I'm getting to build relationship with my brother. All that is wonderful. And there's also just a strange discomfort to it too. There's a return to an old way of feeling and being, because I mean, this is where I was raised, this is where I was socialized, this is where I was taught who I was supposed to be, and that culture is still very much present. Culture changes a lot slower than we do. We change culture, but it takes a long time to catch up, and in the Midwest, things are slower. So yeah, I don't know, there's been some like discomfort, and just it feels like a little bit of a culture shock. Yeah, that's interesting to me, because this is the culture that I was born and raised with, and the culture I've spent the most time around. But having stepped away from this kind of a culture in a very big way, I mean, I'm living in a way right now where I'm really creating my own kind of culture, which is very different from the normative culture. So when I come back into a space that is like very saturated in the dominant culture, which again, the Midwest heavily is, um, I don't know, I feel like it's not triggering to me like I think it has been in the past. I feel like I have carved enough of my own cultural space that I can re-enter this cultural space without being triggered in a way that like the balance gets thrown off because I had 33 or 34 or whatever years of socialization here. I feel like I'm strong enough now, and having built my own culture, that the balance doesn't get thrown off when I return, which I think used to happen, and that would feel like triggering, and I would feel like, I don't know, defensive or even more uncomfortable. And now I feel like I'm just more in a place of observation and just awareness of the differences. And I don't really want to go down that road because that's a longer video, and I don't know, there's just like so many things about normative culture that are concerning to me. So it's hard to see people I love still embedded in this kind of like a cultural environment that's like pro-violence, pro-nationalism, just pro-colonialism, pro-capitalism. And at the same time, I recognize like that's the reality we live in, and most of us are in that culture. Probably most of you, maybe all of you watching this, are in that culture too. So I don't know, it's just like, it feels like an observational point that I'm at right now. And there's a lot more I want to say about this, but I feel like I'm only in my feelings about it or my own like individual experience about it. So this is what is coming out in this video. And this is not about being perfect. This is not about having super profound things to say. It's just sharing and practicing and putting my voice out there to put my voice out there. So that's what I've got today. That's where I'm at today.